Alright guys, today's Christmas.
Happy Christmas. It's Christmas. Merry Crisis. Merry Chrysler.
Doesn't look like it outside, but it's Christmas. Matt's not here. I'm the only one here today. We got the EG. Matt will be here later, but he's at his family's house right now, so figured I'd come by, get a little head start on things I need to get done. Since the last video, nothing has changed. We kind of just let the primer sit for a little bit and let it take its final form. So what we have to do now is we have to sand it with 400 grit sandpaper because this is sandable primer. Basically just to get rid of all these little imperfections like on top of here. I don't know if it can show up on camera, but there's little bumps and stuff, so we got to get rid of that. And then after that, we're gonna try to get like a nice first coat of the black spray paint that we have right here. Not using anything fancy spray paint wise because it's just an engine bay. All right, so I just spent a pretty significant time sanding the engine bay, and I can actually see the difference and why Matt wanted me to do it. So spots like these had pretty rough like wet spots because like paint drip and all that stuff, and then now I can run my finger over and I don't feel it. We had drippage right there that's no longer there. Matt will probably still find ways to nitpick me because he's a body guy and is gonna be able to nitpick everything that I do wrong. I don't care. F it.
What? I'm out, man.
So now it's time for the first layer of black paint, and we'll see how this goes. All right, guys, so the first layer of paint's on. I mean, I'm astounded with the way this came out. It's only the first coat, so there's still gonna be a little rough spots. This is just looking amazing. Like, it's giving the car, in my opinion, so much more of character and less of a fucking shitbox. I mean, this paint's coming out super glossy. Like, you can see that, like, it's fucking shining. I mean, there's still spots in here that have a little bit of clear coat that you can still see. I'm gonna wait for it to dry a little bit and then go around with the flashlight, touch up those spots, find some spots that are looking a little fuzzy, like, let's see if I can find a spot here. That's the, where a huge dent was. It's not looking too great in there because I really couldn't sand it, but I'm gonna try to get in there with another piece of sandpaper and sand it down and put a light coat over it, see if it does anything. And I'm having some trouble, like, obviously with the firewall, because I don't want any of that stuff touching the firewall while the paint's wet, so I kind of have it pulled out a little farther than usual. It's not looking as much like a shitbox anymore, so I'll come back to you guys when this is dried up and see how it looks when it's dry before I put the second coat on. Another thing I forgot to mention, cleaning this up a little bit, a lot of the rust is gone, but there's still like the spots in like the corners that are kind of hard to get to, but everything else has been basically cleaned off. All the orange that I found, anything, I mean, getting cleaned off for the most part. Eventually we're gonna have this painted. All right guys, coat 2 is now on. It's looking a lot shinier. It's coming out super shiny and super smooth, so pretty happy with the way it's coming out. The black definitely looks good. Basically we're adding all these coats because we don't want it to chip too much, and I know it's gonna get messed up when we throw the engine back in because we're sloppy, and we're gonna end up hitting the strut towers and the motor mount brackets and all that kind of stuff. So, but right now it's coming out super clean. Got the third final coat on. It's really glistening. It looks real nice. Since Matt's not here, I'm gonna put him on blast. Matt told me, I think it was yesterday, it was yesterday, Christmas Eve, that I had to leave because I had to babysit. So he told me by the time I get back, which is I left at like noon, maybe 1. He told me that by the time I get back by like 7, that this would be done. At least maybe 1 or 2 coats. We put $20 on it because I knew that he wasn't gonna do it because Matt's lazy and doesn't like doing stuff on his own. So I put $20 on it. Obviously, wasn't done. Come by, and then Matt paid to get me my haircut done.
Alright guys, so we are back. Austin said that I was going to be in the video today, but it ended up we stayed a little bit later at my family's house. But he did get a lot done. Engine bay is pretty much completely painted. A few spots we need to touch up, sand it down, re-spray just that little spot and blend it in. But otherwise, engine bay looks premium. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See you later.